In the quiet town of Bethel Grove, where the steeples kissed the sky and prayers whispered as frequently as the winds, there lived a man by the name of Thomas Avery. Thomas, a once joyous man with a family as large as his heart, found himself grappling with shadows of grief after the untimely death of his beloved wife, Eleanor. In the throes of his sorrow, Thomas clung fervently to his faith, seeking solace in the scriptures and the stone walls of St. Bro, Mary's church that had long stood as a beacon in the community. Thomas's eldest daughter, Grace, was a mirror of her mother, both in spirit and countenance. With her mother's passing, Grace had taken upon herself to fill the void left behind, weaving warmth back into the tapestry of their home. Yet, despite her resilient front, Grace's heart was fraught with questions that seemed too vast for her faith to answer. As the town's annual Festival of Lights approached, a tradition where every street shimmered with candles and hope, marking the triumph of light over darkness, Grace's internal turmoil grew. The festival, once a cherished event led by Eleanor, now served as a poignant reminder of all that was lost. One chilly evening, as Grace walked the familiar path along Mercy Street, lined with the glowing candles, Pastor Samuel approached, an old friend of her father. Pastor Samuel noticed the sorrow etched in her features that mirrored the very grief he saw in Thomas's eyes each Sunday. "Grace," he began, his voice gentle, "your mother always believed that even in our deepest despair, we are never beyond the reach of God's light." Grace nodded, the flickering candlelight casting shadows upon her face. "But Pastor, how does one see light when all seems dark? How did my father find this light?" Pastor Samuel sighed, a weight of his own memories coloring his tone. Thomas sought peace not by understanding the reasons for every sorrow, but by trusting in the presence of God amidst his pain. It is a journey of faith, not of sight. His words lingered in the cold air, as Grace pondered them. The festival ended, and life in Bethel Grove resumed, the candles extinguished until the following year, but Grace sensed a small ember had been lit within her. Time passed, and the seasons changed. Thomas, who had never ceased to pour his love into his family and community, despite his heartache, fell ill. The town rallied around him, their prayers a steady drumbeat against the stillness of his room. Grace, ever by his side, held his hand, her presence a silent sermon of love and steadfastness. One quiet night, as the whisper of winter crept through the town, Thomas spoke, his voice a frail thread. "Grace, my child, I see now that tragedy never truly leaves us, but neither does God. We are molded, not by the tragedies themselves, but by how we let God's love work through us in the aftermath." These words, simple yet profound, struck a chord in Grace. She watched as her father, comforted by his faith, passed on peacefully, a serene smile upon his lips, as if he was once again with Eleanor. In the wake of her father's death, Grace found herself at the helm of her own journey of faith. Pastor Samuel's words and her father's last insights became the lighthouse guiding her through her grief. She became more involved in the church, helping to organize community support for those in need, her actions a testament to both her parents' legacies. As years went on, every Festival of Lights on Mercy Street not only commemorated the town's collective triumph over darkness, but also became a personal tribute to her journey through sorrow to faith. Grace, standing beneath the glow of 1,000 candles, finally understood that the light her parents spoke of was love, a love both human and divine, always present and persistently patient. The story of Thomas, Eleanor, and Grace became a whisper on the lips of the people of Bethel Grove, a whisper of tragedy, faith, and the eternal light of love, reminding all that even in sorrow, there is hope and a promise of renewal.